Wait, what are you pointing a gun at me, dude? Point the gun down. I don't have anything in my hands. He said his weapon pointed at civilians. Had the weapon lowered. This gentleman right here has his weapon pointed at civilians.
What's going on, guys? It's Early Product News. It seems like the only thing that the media can report on and is fixated about is this Kyle Rittenhouse incident. And I could tell you from a first-hand perspective, because I was there. I was at the protest. I was there when they funneled the protesters down that street and right into the business and living section of Kenosha. Not only that, I went to Kyle Rittenhouse's house, apartment complex, a couple of days after the incident. My name is Early Product News. And first, cue the music.
So as we start off, this is the night of the Kyle Rittenhouse incident. This is me first going into Kenosha, Wisconsin. Now, where everything was happening was in the civic district, library, museums, courthouse, everything owned by the government. Once you go inside those orange garbage trucks, that's where everything is happening. Once you pass that perimeter, you're in a coliseum. They're shooting beanbags. The protesters are shooting bottle rockets and Roman candles and other explosives. But that's the perimeter. Once you're inside, it's all fair game. Once you come outside, you're safe. This is the courthouse lit up. They had people on the roofs from every corner. The riot police were on the roofs. And then the actual riot police from the front doors came out. So I was there when they came out. So I saw it from beginning to end. Now, it's very important that you know this. This is Civic Center Park. That's where all the protesters were at. These red lines coming in, that's where the burned out garbage trucks were. The purple line going across, that's the fence separating the protesters from the riot police. So once you were outside those red lines, you were good. It was fine. That was a safe zone. It was like a laser tag. So I'm about to enter into the Coliseum. I believe this was the first time I was in there. As you can see, news reporters and everything at the front line. And in an instant, you're going to see this is where it turned. This is where news reporters weren't standing on the front lines anymore. And I'm standing up on this metal bar, concrete partition. I hear a whistling noise going right towards the police, and they shot whatever kind of firework that was, and it landed right in the middle of all of them. Those riot police that were standing on the stairs in front of the courthouse door. Now, this is the point where the police took the offensive, the first time that they actually did something against the protesters, and it was this LRAD system at first, which is this loud, piercing noise that just vibrates your body. It's a car alarm times 100. So that explodes in front of them, and I just take off because the LRAD system's going on, and you knew that something was coming. So that's Telemundo. Even Telemundo, all these reporters had 4 or 5 Samoans and these big husky guys bodyguarding them. Now I'm going to show you and tell you something very shocking. What the police chief said was a flat-out lie, and wait till you hear what this one militia member says. And I knew it was the truth. I just didn't know anybody was saying it. I knew since that date, that night, that's how we get out of it, what was going on. I just never knew that the police chief was denying it. But first, listen closely to what this militia member says. It's unbelievable.
Balch tells protesters to keep moving.
The cops are straight up with us that they were going to push y'all to us, have y'all get pissed off at us, and then wrap you guys the fuck up.
Right.
So that's why I'm trying to push everybody on and move fast.
Now listen to this. Listen to what the sheriff of Kenosha County says about moving the crowd in any particular position.
One of the militia members claimed that a police officer told him that the officers were going to push the protesters out of Civic Center Park and that the militia would handle them.
I don't believe that for a second.
Now, he may believe an officer didn't say that, but they specifically moved those people out from Civic Center Park. They pushed them onto Sheridan, and then they pushed them right in to the business and residential area. That's 100%. I was there. I knew it was coming. It's a tactic called kettling. Watch.
Kettling involves using large numbers of police officers who converge on a crowd of protesters and contain them in one area. Once formed, the kettle is maintained for several hours with the aim of making the protesters, who are usually denied access to food, water and bathroom facilities, tired and more likely to want to go home once released.
Now, there's many different forms of kettling, but the basic premise is police push you in the direction or trap you in the area they want you. These police officers, the Kenosha sheriffs, only came in the front and pushed them back right into the residential and business area into the hands of the militia. Of course they planned for this. Of course they knew this was coming. Of course they had a strategic plan. Get everybody in front of Civic Center Park for 3 or 4 hours. Then, as the people wind down, because there was only 200 or 300 people at its height in front of Civic Center Park. It might look more on TV or on the news, but that's it. Then they pushed them. Then they got them out of Civic Center Park by going down 56th Street and pushing them onto Sheridan Road. Now, when you're going to see me in the video, I'm at this corner. I knew what they were going to do. I had just watched a video on kettling. So this is where I'm at once they push people out of Civic Center Park. Now, as you can see, the courthouse lights, that's the courthouse in the background. You see the orange trucks? That's where you had to pass to go in, and you were in the process zone. But now the police have come out, pushed everybody out of that park, and now have them on Sheridan. And they're going to push them back into the residential, into the business district. You think they didn't know what they were doing? They know exactly what they were doing. It was planned. Of course it was planned. They don't know their own town. They don't know where they're pushing the people into. Come on, stop it.
Back from in front of the from in front of. We got fucking Spider-Man here and Post Malone. I saw Spider-Man and Post Malone. Sorry guys, I didn't know why they got. I don't know what happened there. I don't know how I got interrupted. My bad.
If we read this map, 10:04 p.m., the suspect is filmed at the auto building carrying the weapon. That's Kyle Rittenhouse. 11:49, the suspect is filmed running from a man. He turns around and shoots. In 11:50, the suspect is spotted fleeing back towards 59th Street. So they pushed him. Those are all houses and businesses. That's exactly where they pushed them into. They had them in the civic zone where there's no citizens that didn't want to be there, and there was no businesses. So they knew exactly what they were doing.
So when you hear me saying, "Get back, Joe, get back," that was the moment where the police started unloading tear gas, pepper balls, to push the people on the street back into the residential area, into the business district. They stayed there for about 15 or 20 minutes just in a line, I think, to lull them into a false sense of security, made them feel like they were doing what they want to do. They were controlling their movements when they really weren't. The officers, the sheriff's department were controlling their movements the whole time. But because I knew what was coming and I had just seen the kettling video, I squirted off to the side and behind the post office, or to the side of the post office. Well, the majority of people went straight back down Sheridan. The crazy thing is, I knew that night that's exactly what they were doing. And it hadn't been just a week ago where I saw that militia member and that sheriff say, the sheriff said, I didn't know we were doing, no, I didn't know anything about that. I don't believe that. And the militia member said, they told us they were going to push you right into us. They did push you right into them. They did. That's exactly what they did. They had him in Civic Center Park for an hour, 2-3 hours. They push him on the sheriff tip, and then they push him down past the post office. I told you, I'm on the corner of the post office. I go down that street because I know not to go where they're trying to force me to go. So leave your comments in the comment section below, guys. What do you think of this? Is this not appalling? Is this a lie? Oh yeah, one more crucial aspect to this. Did you ever see the movie La Bamba? Well, it's a movie with Richie Valey, the Big Bopper, and I believe Buddy Holly. And there's only 2 seats left on this plane, and it's freezing. So they flip forward, or they play rock, paper, scissors, whatever it is. Buddy Holly and Chubby Checker, I think, win it. Those are the 2 guys. And the Richie Valey has to take the cold bus. Well, that plane crashed, and everybody on it died. Now, when we squirted out the side, me, a channel from Chicago, a channel from Indiana, and a channel from Boston, all met up. We had a vote. I said, which one of you guys want to stay and who wants to leave? It was 3-1. I was the only one who wanted to leave. Luckily, I drove. So the guy from Chicago came back with me. The channel from Boston, the channel from Indiana, both stayed. Now, it may look like there was a lot of people there, but there's only about 30 to 40 people there. If 3 people got shot, I think that's like 10% of the people got shot. So I'm glad I picked to go. Not that I would have tried to get the gun away from the guy or be any kind of hero, no. But, you know, a stray bullet. Bullets don't have any name on them. And the reason why those people trying to get the gun away from him, why he didn't drop his skateboard or anything, you were used to the loud noises and the bangs and the guns. Even they were shooting rubber bullets or whatever. They look like real guns. So that gave them a false sense of security because they hadn't got hurt yet. You know, had that happened on noon on a main street and that guy with the skateboard was the only one there, I guarantee you, he probably wouldn't have chased the guy. He definitely would have let go of his skateboard. So they were in a false sense of security because all the noise, all the bangs, all the gunshots, and nothing really happened.
Antioch, Illinois.
Do you remember the address?
286 Anita Terrace, apartment 104, Antioch, Illinois.
And who did you live with there?
My mother and 2 sisters.
September 25th, till Kyle Rittenhouse will be at an extradition hearing, or at least his lawyer will, and they'll talk about the extradition to Wisconsin. He will be locked up until then. There will be no bond. Obviously, when you have charges such as those, and you're not even in the state that you're charged with, your lawyer's not even going to look at the judge in another state and ask for a bond. So he's going to be stayed locked up, but he does have a very, very powerful law firm that's going to be representing him, a right-wing law firm that represented Rudy Giuliani and one of the Trump aides. So, I mean, I guess if he's going to turn it into a political match instead of a legal match, I mean, I guess that would be the smartest thing to do if you were him. If you're a 17-year-old facing 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, 1 count of weapons charge, and 1 count of reckless endangerment that he lives at. Yeah, so it's a very polarizing topic, right? There's people that are saying 100% guilty, 100% not guilty. It's a very, very polarizing topic. That's why it's smart for him to use it and turn it into a political battle instead of a legal battle. Go see if my man here wants to give an interview. Hey, buddy, you want to give an interview? No. Did you know the kid at all? You never even seen him. My man. What do you want to say? You want to talk on camera? All right, stop yelling away when you're a million miles away. What do you want? You want to talk on camera? You want to talk on camera? I said, do you want to talk on camera? Oh my God, if you yell one more time, you drive past me one more time. I said, do you want to talk on camera? I said, do you want to talk on camera? Do you want to talk on camera? All right, she's stuck on camera. Did you know the kid? Did you know the kid?
I didn't know. She down the block.
Did you guys, any of you guys ever see him?
No, we just heard about him.
But he lives in this apartment complex, right?
Yeah,
Did he live just with his mother?
I think so. We just heard like the rumors and stuff, but like we went to Kenosha too, and we like,
During the protests?
no, like we don't want to be a part of the background.
Oh, you heard that wasn't. See, so I guess there's a lot of disinformation. I heard that from, and I didn't even read that. I heard that from a girl I know.
I just don't believe that people
What'd you
should
say,
be
buddy?
destroying other people's property.
Okay.
Read the sign. You don't have to call the police.
What sign?
Look on the door.
Where? All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for stopping and talking to me.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna. Where's the sign at?
On the door.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, there's no sign coming into
Either
here.
way, you still gotta leave.
Okay, well, yeah, but don't act like you. There's a sign. There's no trespassing. There's no sign on here.
No, I'm the guy who works here.
You wouldn't see that sign unless you get all the way up to the door.
Private property. Leave.
I understand that, but don't act like.
I just gotta do what I gotta do. I only work here.
I just believe that.
So there you go, guys. An aspect of the stories that you probably did not know about. That the militia members were told they were going to get the protesters pushed into them, and the sheriff of Kenosha County saying that wasn't true. No, they definitely put them where they wanted to, and then once they were done in front of the courthouse, they got them on Sheridan, and they pushed them into the residential and business area right into the hands of the militia. My name is Disorderly Product News, wishing you and yours a very safe and happy work week. Good night.